Yeah. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Live from the United Kingdom. Yes, we have a wonderful guest with us. It's a long-awaited one. The person of Theodora Chimonez. I hope I got it correctly.
You did a good job.
Yeah, and you can see our brand, at the background. Yeah, right. So wonderful. So we have Theodora with us. I'll just do a quick intro. We already know why we're here. It's another edition of GTV Success Stories where we spotlight talent, global talent, and we get inspired from their journey. So today we have a special person, a global talent amongst us. Yes, on our channel today to inspire us so that we can learn from our story and yes, use it for our own journey as well to becoming talent. All right, a brief introduction of who Theodora is. I'll just make it very brief. I know it's not going to be sufficient. Yes, talking about her from what she has achieved, the achievements. Well, I'll just try and make it very brief. Theodora is a UK based Nigerian product leader, a creative strategist, founder of Ichötà. That's Igbo. I think I had to get that yesterday. A human first matchmaking tech startup redefining compatibility, connection, and safety for single professionals and high network individuals across the globe. With over 17 years of cross industry experience spanning fintech, travel, e commerce, I think I'm going to just do the big intro. Travel, e commerce, hospitality, and events, and more. Theodora has led transformative digital products across Nigeria, the UK, Pan African markets. She's recognized for ability to blend data informed strategy with deep emotional intelligence, building inclusive, culture conscious product that scale. Her journey has taken her from executive roles at high stage growth fintech startups to founding each other. A bold attempt to disrupt how love and partnership are curated today by combining human concierges with AI and psychometric systems. Each other is pioneering a more intentional, values-driven approach to matchmaking. And Theodora's leadership at each other reflects her larger mission, which is to build products that amplify people and honor complexity. Yes, the big one, and that's what we spotlight. She is the recipient of the Global Talent Visa, United Kingdom. We have to start clapping here now. For her contribution to digital technology, Theodora was named one of the top 20 most influential women in tech in Africa. She's also a passionate mentor, experienced curator, and advocate for inclusive product thinking rooted in empathy, culture, and care. So much to say about Theodora. Time today might not be enough, it's not sufficient to even say it, but I'll stop here and allow Theodora to tell us, maybe in a nutshell, who who she is. Yes. Yes.
My gosh. Hi everybody. Thanks, Miracle. I don't know what am I supposed to add to that. You, you've said quite a lot and quite a bit actually. I think the only thing I would add is the one thing that actually defines me that you haven't mentioned. I am a coffee
Mm.
aficionado.
I left that part for you. It's good to say it. It was intentional.
So I'm a
Yeah.
coffee aficionado, and I love travel. I'm very fortunate to have explored 27 countries. I plan to make that a whole lot more. Travel the whole world. I guess it's one
Mm.
of the beautiful things being a recipient of this visa because it gives me the ability to even explore more places than I typically would have been able to. So I think those are the only two things I would add.
Interesting. Traveling. So you love traveling from what you've
I
said.
love it. Absolutely.
Interesting. Interesting. Beautiful. And maybe it has also formed what has traveling done for you as a product leader? Has it impacted your abilities as a product leader? Yeah, are they anything it has brought for you, like input has made to advance your career?
Absolutely, it has. And in
Yeah.
so many ways, actually, one of the key things that as a product person we have to be intentional about doing is research. Research never ends, and travel gives you the opportunity to meet new people, see new environments, study how people behave, their culture. So that way, when we're building products, I'm able to not just factor in the particular set of people, but consider how other cultures, other people would work or relate with that product, either relationally, religiously, socially, in every way possible. So travel expands demand, basically. So yeah, it's crucial. Travel is crucial as a product person. And sometimes travel is not just getting into a plane or a train to go somewhere. It could be a conversation with someone you've never met before, and you get to travel into their minds and into experiences that they've had in the past. So yeah.
Yeah, fantastic, interesting. I agree with you. I agree with you, and it comes with the pros. I believe. Yes, let me focus on the pros because there are challenges we have building products. Putting the team together as a product leader. I believe you've had those challenges. Um, yeah. So for you, like, does it just come very easily? Putting your teams together. Maybe we can even use Ichötà as a case study. How was the journey for you, like, building the product?
Ah, so
Did you have to and get your team together?
it was, I think, the one of the great things for me with building Ichötà and getting the team together is because of the amount of time and years that I've devoted to the tech space, working with people across multiple organizations and industries. I have gotten to meet absolutely brilliant minds. So when I was starting Ichötà, I knew, starting with my co-founder, I already knew, okay, I want to talk to this person, I want to work with this person, I want to, and then I was able to have conversations to say, this is what I'm trying to build, and I'd like you on the journey with me. Fortunately, I got yeses all around, which made it amazing. So building the team for Ichötà has been relatively easy, actually, I'd say. But if you're now expanding that to my experience building teams in other places that I've been at, it's been both simple and challenging because you have to, there are people who are absolutely brilliant minds, but when it comes to maybe interpersonal relations, which is also important because as a product person, I don't look at just the technical expertise. I also look at the social expertise. I want someone who is able to have good, reasonable relationships with other people within the team, with clients, be able to dive deeper and not just focus on the one thing that they've been hired to do. So sometimes it can be challenging trying to go past that. But outside of that, it's been a learning experience. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're well respected because I'm building a business, so yeah, I understand the pains, the challenges that comes with it, yeah. So yeah, we respect, business leaders like yourself.
Thank you.
And we're happy to have you here, talk about your story. But when you talk about your products, I think before Ichötà, who were you? What were you doing, before Ichötà? Yeah, and now you're doing Ichötà. Talk about Ichötà. Where is Ichötà now in the business growth life cycle? Yeah. So, what inspired you to leave all of those stores before Ichötà, and start doing Ichötà? Yeah.
So before HR, I've always been a product person. I've been in the product space since 2014. But interestingly, though, I should say that I didn't start out to be a product person in the traditional sense of the word. My journey so far has been shaped mostly by a very deep curiosity about people, processes, systems, and the spaces that we inhabit. And honestly, when I started my journey into the product space, it was the promise of travel that lured me into it because I started out at Wakana Group And I thought, oh, okay, product development in Wakanda. Will I get to travel? And I said, okay, I'm in, let's do it. But when I got in, I realized that I absolutely loved it. And even now, within Ichötà's company, I still do product development because it's part of me. It's something that I think that every founder in some way is actually a product. What's the best way to put it? A product developer, so to say, right? And what inspired me to build Ichötà? A little backstory. Back in 2010, I founded a company called Veganova Limited, and Veganova Limited was a romance concierge service. But we catered, the companies that we call parara companies in Nigeria today. So interestingly, Veganova was the very first company to pioneer that in Nigeria, but we cater strictly to couples. One of the things we noticed was that our couples kept referring singles to us to matchmake them. But we always turn them back because we used to say, we're sorry, we don't do matchmaking. You have to have your own partner already, and then we can plan something for you. But it got me thinking, right? There's obviously a need, there's a gap in there that's not being filled by the traditional dating platforms that are available, especially for single professionals who do not have the time to meet people traditionally because they're too busy with work. And when lockdown came in and remote work was introduced, it made it even worse. People became a whole lot more antisocial as opposed to being social. So I started doing my research in 2009. What would actually work instead of building or putting out a platform that's built for just scale and to grow the numbers, but a platform that actually caters to what people actually need, compatibility, values, not just algorithms based on location. And also basing this on my history, on my identity as a Nigerian Igbo woman. As an Igbo woman, I always tell people if I go home tomorrow and tell my parents that I want to get married, they're going to want to go do a deep dive into who it is I'm going to get married to. Can this person take care of our daughter? Can this person be responsible in every shape and form? Can we trust this person to take our daughter basically in to his life? And that's one of the things that I'm marrying. So using my experience as a product person and my experience as a traditional woman, I'm marrying the both of them together. So it's not just a technology. That's why I would say we're tech-led, but human insights based. So we still use a lot of human insights to build that. But basically, in a nutshell, that's what inspired Ichötà to be the company it is today. And the other question you asked, I believe, was what stage of the journey are we at as a company, correct? Right.
That's correct. That's correct.
So in terms of stage of the company, we're at the MVP stage. We've been matching people. Our MVP will be launching next month. The app will be launching next month, and people will be able to download it on the app stores and actually use it. But I should let people know ahead of time. It's not the traditional dating app that you find out there because there are layers to it. We do background verifications, we do psychological evaluations, medical screening. So basically, it means that every single person that you find and match with within the Ichötà platform has gone through a rigorous vetting process and has a minimum compatibility score of 75% with you. And that's one of the promises that we give our people.
I have some questions, so well, maybe I will not ask them these questions here on this platform. Some,
Okay.
well, because there are questions some persons might have on their mind about compatibility.
Mhm.
For them, it might be religious. It might be actually rooted from religious backgrounds and their trust for the matching. So, but I believe you might have factored that in building as well. But that would be maybe a talk for another time anyway. Well, yeah. So for each other, was it part of your the things you submitted as for your application to secure the global talent visa?
Actually, no. I didn't start Ichötà until after I moved to the UK.
Wow.
Yeah, it was.
Wow. Interesting. Wow. Wow. Interesting. So the UK Global Talent Visa, right? How did you go about it? How did you get it? How did you secure it? Because a lot of persons want to be inspired with your story as well. Did it come very easy for you? What advice do you have for others that want to follow maybe your journey, securing the visa as well? I believe you applied as a product leader,
Yes,
right?
I did.
Yeah. A lot of persons want to know your journey as well, and what you did as well to get it.
So my journey to getting that was actually a lot easier than I've seen a number of other people have. And
Yeah.
key thing that led to that for me was I'd always say huge thanks to my father, because from a very tender age, my dad has always told my siblings and I, document everything, keep everything, no matter what it is that's going on in your life, document it. And that helped me when it was now time to apply for this, because I had every document that I needed all through my
Mm,
career. So it now the only challenge I now faced was, which one do I now want to use? Which
mm,
which would hold more weight, because I had everything.
mm,
Literally, my Google Drive is packed full. I'm always having to pay for more storage and pay for more storage, because there's always. So one of the key things I'll tell everyone who's listening today: save, document everything. And another thing, and this one I learned not too early enough, but I learned it from one of
mm,
my ex-bosses at Wakana, Bayo, Bayo the Lion, who is the current CEO. He's the group CEO of Wakana. Bayo always said, "Scream your achievements. Let people hear. Do not get." In Nigeria, we're taught to work in silence, right? We're taught to work in silence. If you talk
has
about
Theodora, it has its benefit as well. Oh.
Nigeria,
What?
yes. But when you now look at the fact that we're trying to work with a global system, we're trying to work,
Yeah,
then it
yeah.
becomes a hindrance, a blocker
Mm,
to our
mm.
advancement, because we look at it like, oh, you don't want to be seen as too proud. You don't want village people to see you. It's
Ah, Nigerian man is very careful, very,
yeah,
very careful, and calculated.
but you need to be able to say, you know what, my God is bigger than village people, because it's the truth. Because you
Yeah.
know these people, you need to be out there. You need to, your presence needs to be known, because outside of, I've seen people who have even way more experience than I do in the tech space, but because they are not known, they just do their work. And the only reason I know that is maybe because I've done a project or two with them and I know what
Mm,
they're capable of, but they've been denied the technician visa so many times, because outside of the key things, it's exceptional. I tell people the first word there is exceptional. So it's either exceptional promise or exceptional talent if you're going for the leadership track. But the key word is exceptional. And exceptional means that you need to go above and beyond what every other
mm,
person is doing, right? So you need to be seen on LinkedIn. Blow your trumpet. Bayo used to tell us, you see a man who, Bayo used to work at Amazon, and you see a man who drew something with a pencil, and he'll come and tell you, oh my God, I'm the next Picasso. He'll make a lot of noise about it, let everybody, yes, and then people start talking about you. So when I
mm,
started being more visible on LinkedIn, people started reaching out, I started growing my following on LinkedIn. People were actually looking out to listen to what I had to say. I was getting invited to speak on panels, big panels. And at the end of the day, these are the things that helped me in my application. So those are some of the key things I would say. Outside of having the technical expertise, people need to
mm,
also, like I said, document everything and be out there. Don't be quiet. Don't work in the quiet. It's not when it's time to apply that we start running around to
mm.
get seen. we want to go publish in a newspaper or this or that. It's not a walk around. There's no fast way to it. You have to actually work for it.
Yeah, yeah. I know there's a mandatory criteria and there are optional criteria.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think there are changes, I believe, for the technician routes
Hmm.
that, yeah, the UK government have actually updated.
Yes.
But in your own case, your own situation, when did you apply for yours, and how's
Then why?
yeah, yeah, when did you apply for
I
your
applied
visa?
in 2022.
That was a long time now. Wow.
So, yes, I
Yeah.
applied in 2022. And it was, interestingly, it wasn't something I was actively pursuing.
Hmm.
At that point, I was going through some major life changes, and I figured,
Hmm.
why not? Because everybody said, Theo, you literally have everything. And I said, you know what, it's true. I do have
Hmm.
everything. So I guess the major challenging part was trying to go through and make sure I understood what all the requirements were in terms of
Hmm.
the restrictions that they have, the
Yeah.
certifications, making sure everything is followed down to the letter, and then give
Yeah.
more. So they just go, okay, we don't just say yes. Confuse them
Yeah.
so much that they don't know how to say no. But yes, I went for the exceptional exceptional talent track, and that was what I got.
Right. Wow. And for the talent, it's just after 3 years you become a permanent
Correct.
resident of the Kingdom.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is very, very, yeah, which is beautiful. Um,
It is.
Interestingly, for your case, right?
Mm.
The strength of your application as a product leader, what would you say were your major strengths in your application, that what made you, get endorsed, what, for your own application? So maybe a product leader can look at that and begin to document that, so put that together.
I think for me, I've always been very hands-on with work.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, documenting everything meant that I could show just how hands-on. I wasn't the just give instructions on how it should be done and pull the strings.
Mm,
I did
mm,
a lot of work that went into product management, right? And
mm,
also being, like I said, being visible. And not
mm,
fortunately, I was fortunate also working in organizations that were known. Like I've worked with Wakanao Group, I've worked with Patricia, and I've also worked with South Africa that got into Techstars. And getting into Techstars and being published in all the major tech outlets out there also meant that I didn't have to make so much. My name was out there. If they Googled my name in relation to
mm,
what I was looking for, it was out there. So I tell people who are leaders in this space, you need to network, let other people know who you are, because that's very
mm.
important. Also, it also helped when I had to do the references, because
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it also helped because having a good relationship with these people meant it was easy for them to quickly just write out the letter to me, sign it, send it, and even ask me, did I add everything? Is there anything you need me to add to it? That's not there. Did
Mm,
I miss out on
mm,
anything? And there were things that they wrote. I was like, oh, I didn't know you thought this way about me. Thank you. I feel honored. But having a great relationship with people, your peers, your seniors, the people you've reported to, the people who have reported to you, it's very
mm.
important when it comes to applying, because then it makes the work easier for you.
Wow, fantastic. I'm just trying to form an acronym for the steps on my tablets. ROB, maybe I would say ROBER. I don't know what to call it. So yeah, recognize, work with recognized, institutions or organizations, and be out there, show yourself at evidence what you've, have evidence of what you've done, document your impact.
Yes.
Yeah, and recommendations, references. So these are very key. Fantastic. Fantastic. I believe our audience are taking a lot from Theodora at this section, and they would have questions. So we'll be expecting you to, put your questions on the chat, If you have any question, you have her. She's a very busy person, so to bring her here, it's an answered prayer. Or heaven answered our prayer. So please, let's make do with this opportunity. It's a big opportunity, right? And ask our questions. Yeah. So while we are waiting for questions to pop up from our audience, I think I want us to also talk about someone that might be a typical maybe African professional. It's having like a fainted heart. This is not for me. Maybe Theodora is somebody else, or so it's not possible. So the person is having some form of imposter syndrome,
Yeah.
and navigating around uncertainty. What advice do you have for that person? That thinks that no, because you're a global talent already, that's why they gave it to you. So this person does not believe he or she is a global talent, and it's somewhere just looking at watching us was. What do you have for that person?
Do it afraid. I
What's your
tell every single person. It's literally the mantra that I live by personally as well. Do it afraid. You never. Everyone has imposter syndrome. That's the truth.
hmm,
And even when I was applying, I also asked myself, who do I think I am to apply to be an exceptional talent? I know what I've done, but on a global
hmm,
scale, who am I in the long run, right? But
hmm,
one thing I found, and that's why I said do it afraid, just start. When I started the process, when I was writing my personal statement, as I was writing it,
hmm,
as I was putting all my documents, it's a way, it's kind of like taking a walk through history, things that you've forgotten, things that you did and you've forgotten. You start finding it and you tell yourself, wait, I did that. So you
hmm,
never know, you won't remember the things you've done until you start to
hmm,
put it all together and see it all together in one place. And
hmm,
have people, when you ask questions like, hey guys, you have this, I'm like, oh yeah. And even with writing the recommendation letters, like I mentioned, there were letters I saw, they wrote it, I was looking at it like, is that me? You're writing about me? Really? I didn't know you felt that way about me. Thank you. But but seriously, do it afraid. You never know. What do you stand to lose? I mean, apart from money, but what do you stand to lose, really?
hmm, hmm.
Nothing.
Wow,
The experience will
wow.
teach you for the next time. You can, and the good thing about it, you can always appeal. But at the same time, make sure you're ready. That's an advice I always tell people. Make sure you're ready. Don't go in with a lackluster application thinking,
Hmm.
yes, I've prayed over it. They are, it doesn't work
Yeah.
that way. So make sure you're ready, put it all together. But even then, do it afraid. Honestly, just go for it. At the end of the day, you know that you put in the work. You don't have to be, I mean, I don't have to be Elon Musk.
Hmm.
I haven't worked at Google. I know people who have worked at Google. So I could have
Hmm.
sat down and said, oh, I've not worked at Google. What am I thinking? But I did it anyway. So you just wait. I know people as well who have not worked in known names like I have, and they've got
Hmm.
places. As long as, like I said, you've done the work.
Hmm.
That's the most important thing. Make sure you've done the work. Put the
Hmm.
application together and just do it afraid. Apply. You never know. The person might be in a great mood and they look at it and be like, ah, this person looks good. This person looks like they'll be great for the UK economy. Let's bring them in.
Hmm.
But do it afraid. But as you're doing it afraid, make sure you have your ducks in a row.
Wow, wow. Has it helped you as a product leader, life after UK Global Talent Visa? Any blessings? Are they courses?
Oh, I would say I wouldn't say they're causes, right?
Not by me.
But in terms of blessings, absolutely, because I have a wider. It's like you have the world opened up to you now, right?
Hmm.
You find yourself
Hmm.
working with not just people within the Nigerian or African ecosystem, but people who have built products a little differently than you have. You're exposed. It's similar to the question you asked me earlier about travel, right?
Hmm.
What does travel do in the long run? And these experiences help too. exposed that I'm exposed to. I feel like I have nothing holding me back now. I'm the one holding myself back, if anything should be holding me back. In terms of hindrances, it's, you know, having to find and spread your wings
Mm.
in an economy in a way that you haven't, it's not, this is not your home per se, right? And you're trying to get there and tell people, listen, I have a space here and I need to build my wings here and fly, and making them respect that. That is one that's one key hindrance I'd say that a lot of people have been facing here, even myself. And that's me having worked with international people through the years, but still it can be quite challenging. But the challenges are not as much as the blessings have been. Like I said, I have the world as my oyster. And if anyone is hindering anything, I will be the one hindering myself. So,
Yeah. Wow. Interesting. Yeah. So that's the benefit. I think we already have question coming in. So we have one from our audience watching us. Many people in the digital technology wonder what truly counts as leadership or exceptional promise. For you, Theodora, what specific evidence or project helped you stand out?
so I should say that for exceptional promise are people who have 5 years and below experience in technology, in digital technology. So that's one of
Yeah.
the key differences. With exceptional talent, which is a leadership role, you need to have over 5 years of experience in digital technology and in leadership positions as well.
Mm.
For me, because I held leadership positions as the chief of product, head of product, or the director of product. So it was easy for me. And I had, what was, how many years at that point? About 11, 12 years experience in digital technology. So it was easy for me to do the digital, the exceptional talents instead of promise. But that's the key differentiator, the number of years. Like, and what it now also means is that the evidences that you submit have to support that position
Mm.
that you're saying that you are. So for exceptional talent, it means that you need to show, okay, what have you done as a leader? What mentorship routes have, how many people have you mentored in structured mentor positions? What thought leadership articles in respected journals or whatnot have you written? What patents do you have for those who have patents? What visibility do you have? How many events have you spoken at? And that's another thing I was fortunate to have done. I've spoken at events where, because you need to have spoken at events with minimum attendance of 100 persons. And I was fortunate to have had that. So those are one of the key things that I'd say you should look out for. So in terms of specific evidence, you basically ties into what I said, visibility. So how many people, where are you known? Where are you saying? Where can they go to check you out? Because unlike the typical tourist visa, they actually do check your evidences. So that's why I said you need to be visible, be out there. Your LinkedIn. I know a lot of professionals who tell me don't use LinkedIn because it's just not my thing. It needs to be your thing. You have to find a way, find your voice on LinkedIn, find your community on LinkedIn, get seen, comment, follow people who have already gotten what you want, follow people within your space, and
Mm.
interact with those people because that's what algorithm works by how active you are as well. People who are hosting events or whatnot, panels would invite you because you positioned yourself as a thought leader on
Mm.
LinkedIn, and they will invite you to come speak on panels, be a keynote speaker, whatever the case may be. But again, like I said, document every single thing that you've done. So it's not, screenshots don't do the trick because a lot of people just go, oh, screenshot of emails, me telling someone that I did this. It doesn't work. You need to prove that you actually did the work. So have documents that you're going to hyperlink in your evidences that you're submitting. Have, if you have recordings, screen recordings of certain things, literally anything that would hold weight, hold water. Those are the
Mm.
things you have to look at doing. So just prove that you've done the work, basically.
Wow, so you've been so open, detailed, which is really really amazing, right? A lot of questions are coming, but with all she has a lot of things to go and do. But hopefully she'll be coming again on our channel. So like and subscribe on this channel if you want to get the best of Theodora. You want her time. I think we'll just take another question. There's a question here, please. Just help our audience. Someone is asking a piece of advice for someone like in his 20s or an early career professional trying to break into tech and eventually aim for GTV. Is there hope? What would his journey look like? What should he anticipate?
There's
You think that's
always
the question this
there is always hope. One of the key things I'll say: don't rush, take your time, plan
yeah.
this strategically. You need to be very strategic about how you're going to go about it. Again, everything I've said applies to this as well. Make yourself visible out there. Make sure that you're actually doing the work, not just holding a title. Not
Hmm.
just holding a title. Actually do the work. Document everything. Every single thing that you're doing, document them. Keep documentation of things that you've done, accolades that you've received from higher ups. Not just, I've seen some people do Slack messages where a boss told them, oh, well done on this project. That doesn't really work. You need proper, if you have an email documentation showing accolades for projects that you worked on, have that. If you have repos for the different things that you do. So basically, if you're going transitioning into tech at this particular point in your life, there's someone his or her early 20s, start documenting everything. Start networking with people
Hmm.
who are in the
Hmm.
same space. Make sure that you find yourself a mentor who is able to hold your hand through the process, show you where you should go, how to get there as well, because they've already walked that path before you. And be visible. Honestly, I keep saying this, but it's important. Be visible. Be visible. We live in a time, it's a digital world, it's a tiny,
Yeah.
tiny world, right? So use it to the best of your capabilities, honestly. Use it to the best of your capabilities. Let people know who you are. Don't work in silence. The days of working in silence are long gone. Those were the days of our parents and our grandparents. Those days are over. But
Hmm.
yeah, you can definitely work through it and target them maybe in 3 years with solid work. You're ready to apply.
Wow. Wow. This question about fears and uncertainties is just coming back again. I think we'll just take this last one, right? Someone is asking, I'm just starting out in digital marketing, in digital technology, and feel like the global talent visa is too far away. It's just coming back again. When you first heard about the visa, did you ever feel the same way? And how did you overcome that fear? If yes, please.
So yes and no. Yes, because like I said, I was asking myself, who do I think I am to think I'm an exceptional talent, right? I know good. I know I'm good at what I do. I know I've got to the stage. I know everyone says so Theodora this, Theodora that, but this is a whole different ball game, right? But
Hmm.
no, because I've always been a, like I said earlier, a do it afraid kind of person. Just do it. What do you stand to lose anyway? And as a product person as well, it's something that I always have to, you ask yourself, oh my gosh, I'm about to launch this new product. What if it doesn't work? Well, launch it. I'm going to mention Bayo again. Bayo has had such an impact in my career as a product person. Bayo is the group CEO of Workanal. Bayo always said he taught us the principle of the one-way door and the two-way door, right? Which is very important here. So pay attention, guys. The one-way
Hmm.
door is that door that leads to decisions that you cannot come back from. The
Hmm.
two-way door is that door that if you open it, enter, and you're like, yep, no, you can turn back around and go back out that door, right? So buyer always used to ask us when we're talking about decisions and products, you say one-way door, two-way door. That was literally one-way door, two-way door. We say two-way door, launch. And we go, okay. right? He would just go, it doesn't matter. Is it a two-way door? Whatever mistake you make, can we come back from it? Yes, go ahead and do it. So be afraid. Be very afraid. It's fine. It keeps you on your toes. But like I asked earlier, what do you stand to lose?
Hmm.
It's money. Money comes and money goes, right? We can always make more money. So if you don't get it the first time, I know people who applied 4 times and got it on the fifth try. It's money.
Wow.
It comes and it goes. But what do you stand to lose? And what do you stand to win? You stand to win a lot. So do it
Hmm.
afraid, really.
Interesting. And someone is asking, starting out today, if you were starting out today, maybe just 1 to 3 years into your tech career, what would be the smartest way to start building this kind of portfolio that eventually gets recognized?
This the first one I'll say may sound a little bit hypocritical because not a lot of people get to choose where to work, but it's one of the key things. I'll say be very intentional about where you work, right? What kind of work would you be doing? What kind of products would you be working on? And this cuts across, right? It could be in digital marketing, you could be in software development, whatever area of tech that you're in. But what kind of work would you be doing? What kind of
Hmm.
organization would you be doing it with? Is it an organization that if you go outside tomorrow to talk about it, people would actually pay attention? Or is it one of
Hmm.
those ones that after 6 months to 1 year collapses under the weight and nobody hears about it anymore and the work's gone? Right? There's no visibility for it. So that's one of the first things I would say. Be very
Hmm.
intentional where you work, and outside of where you work, pay attention to side projects as well. So it's not just about your 9 to 5. Volunteer, 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 volunteer. Right now, I work as the active volunteer. This is a voluntary position as a director of strategy with product manager Africa Community, and it's
Hmm.
a position that I've held for since 2020, and
Hmm.
none of us on the leadership team get paid for it. We do it because you know what, we live in what we're doing. It's one of the keys, and it's one of the I used it in my application. Actually, it was a key part of my application. So volunteer as much as possible. Find people who are building, or even if you have an idea for something that you need to build, pull a team
Hmm.
together, start working on something together. And again, I'm going to repeat this, be visible, make noise about it online, talk about
Hmm.
it, let people start talking about it. So people are the ones actually making a whole lot of noise for you.
Hmm.
So those are some of the key things I would say. And find mentorship, network. Know the right people, get your name and your voice in the right rooms so that even when you are not in those rooms, somebody there is talking about you for you.
Hmm.
Those are some of
Wow.
those are the key things I would say.
Wow. Interesting. Wow, you've really done justice to the questions. I know they're burning questions, so we are going to save those questions for other time.
Mhm.
Yes, so just watch out for maybe another invitation. This time around, you have to. I know there are a lot of persons that want you back because, to be very honest, like I must say, you're a very detailed person, very open, very practical, and that's amazing. Thank you so much. We're really honored to have you on the channel. We're so happy.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
A pleasure.
Yeah, yeah. So, just maybe a little icebreaker. What's like your biggest dream in life? What will make you fulfilled?
Ooh,
Mm.
that's an interesting one. I mean, most importantly, it's for me to have my family be healthy and happy. I'm such a family oriented person. And but beyond that, when I was doing my techniques, the personal statement for my application, I
Mhm.
put in there, I said, I was having a conversation with my grandmother once, and she asked
Mm.
me, she said, with your health and everything, don't you want to take it easy with work a little bit? And I said, no, Mama. Do you know who Steve Jobs is? She said, yes. I said, exactly. I said, he's dead, but generations after him would know his name because he's left a legacy. So, what
Yeah.
would make me ultimately happy? It's one of the things, it's like today when I see companies, products that I built, even though I'm no longer there, I look at people talking about them, using them, it gives me that deep seated joy when I know
Mm,
I was a part of that. I'm the one that helped to make someone's life easier through that
mm,
particular thing that they're using. So ultimately, I want to be a part of something that's much bigger than myself, which is also why I'm building Ichötà. Because when I leave, as we all are going to leave someday, I don't want to have just come into this life and gone. Like here for a moment, gone forever. No, I want people to generations after I'm gone, remember the name Theodora Chimonez. Not in a negative way, but know that in my own way, I contributed to make the world a better place. That would give me joy.
wow. Wow. That's powerful. That's really powerful and inspirational.
Thank you.
Um, I'm thinking of another icebreaker question for you. Do you have do you have what's like your plan for Africa? I know you're an Igbo lady, so what do you have like a very big plan for Africa? You know, some persons used to have like this Africa is in my head, you know,
So
because
I'll
I
say
believe
the way
Ichötà is regional, right? So, but for Africa specifically, do you
each
have
of
a
that
plan?
is multi, yes. But ultimately, you know, interestingly, I was in an investor session not so long ago, and one of the key questions that you're always asked when you're in an investor session is what's the exit strategy for you
Yeah,
for the company,
yeah,
right? And I
yeah.
said, I don't plan to exit.
Mhm,
I don't plan to exit. I don't, in terms of exit, the max exit I want to do is maybe do an IPO, buyback, right? But I am not selling each other to
mm,
anybody. And the reason is I'm Nigerian. My co founder is Nigerian. The team that I have together today are Nigerian Africans. And
wow.
I want to preserve that. It's going to be a multinational, a company that's on its own, speaking at the level of the thanks that we have today, but
Mm,
powered by Black people, Black voices. So,
mm,
what's my plan for Africa? To be able to build a company that's a powerhouse globally, but owned 100%
mm,
100% by Africans, and be able to
wow.
use that to make a change. Because in our own little way, I can't come out and say, "Oh, I want to be president tomorrow." That's too much stress. It's
Mm,
very much stress. But in my own way, definitely contribute to that. Help in all the social causes because I'm very passionate about social causes, about education. My sister has always championed that, and I've always been a huge part of that with her, being able to give back to communities in different
mm,
ways. I'm not just giving fish because it's one thing to carry money and give to people. That money is going to,
mm,
but teaching them how to fish, teaching them how to
mm,
make money for themselves and their communities, that's something that's
mm,
definitely
mm.
me. That's
Interesting.
something. Yes. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, perfectly, 100%. We had like
Okay, great.
a little interruption.
Yes,
Yeah,
call was coming in through my laptop. Sorry about that.
that's fine. That's fine.
Great,
We are good now.
good.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
you're talking about social causes, sister. Yeah.
yes, and being able to teach people how to fish and not just giving them fish to eat. It's
Mm,
important,
mm,
isn't it? So because
yeah.
my sister and I, we've always believed you give someone money today, tomorrow they'll come back, and next tomorrow they'll come back because you've only solved the problem
Mm,
for it. You've not
mm,
solved it forever. But if you actually teach them how to
mm,
generate money for themselves, give them soft skills to learn.
mm, mm,
And I do that in very little ways. I mentor people. I've, I've been part
mm,
of struggle mentorship programs. Through the Product Manager Africa community, we founded a program called the Growth Initiative Program. And it's a two-way mentorship platform where we not only place young tech talents with organizations for internships, but we also assign mentors to them. So it's one of the many ways that I use
mm.
to make sure I give back to Africa because at the end of the day, it's our home, Abby. So we're not running away from it.
Wow, that's we have like similar initiatives because that's what exactly what we do at Glotale. Yeah, yeah. So giving people directions,
Yeah.
training them as well, so that we can also channel them in the right direction after they've been trained and equipped. So very powerful initiative. So looks very similar. Fantastic. We've come a long way into this section. It's been a very, very, very wonderful time. So informative. In short, my tablet it's filled with so many things because I was taking notes as we were speaking. You know,
Mhm.
so you're full of so much knowledge, and we're proud of you. I'm a Nigerian, Igbo boy, Igbo boy. I'm proud that you're is a global talent. You know, in the global space and a global leader as well. So we pray for more greater heights for you. Yeah,
Amen.
into our channel. We'll hear better and greater news about Theodora.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a prayer for you. So please put on the chat your prayers for her, and if you want her back, put it there as well. Yes, I will believe she will be back. Like the channel, subscribe to get notified when she appears again. And before we say goodbye to her, Chidera, how would you want people to connect with you? Where do you want them to find you? If they have more questions, some of the things you want to also give back. What's the best way to reach you?
I am available on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I'm also available on Instagram.
Okay. It's on the yeah
Yeah.
Instagram. So on LinkedIn, Theodora Chimonez, right? That's your name.
So I don't know. Can I type that and everybody will get it? Let me see if I
It's
can.
already showing. It's already showing on the screen already. So
So I believe
yeah, anyone.
I am actually the only Theodora Chimonez. Any other one you find is counted, but no, I'm being serious.
Yeah.
I'm actually the only Theodora Chimonez that you should find on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
On Instagram, that's Lady Theodora the Third, with the number three written out as a number, not as a word. That's
Yeah.
it.
Lady Theodora with
Lady
the
Theodora the Third.
yeah,
So
yeah.
Lady
That's true.
Theodora, CHE, number three, RD.
All right.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Fantastic. It was a nice section with you today. I'm really happy.
Same here.
Uh yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'd say we'll call it a day today on this very wonderful episode edition on GTV Success Stories spotlighting our Igbo, Ichötà global talents, UK global talent leader. She's just starting. She's going. The sky is just a starting point. She's going places. So yeah, so happy to have you. You're new on our channel. You want to know about what we do and how you can get started on your global career. Getting knowing if you're eligible for the global talent visa, please, you can see on the link on the channel as well. You can just click on it to assess your eligibility. You have questions, you can chat us on the numbers on the screen to get more information and assistance to guide you on how to get the visa and all that. Coach you and guide you on how to get it and secure it. I think outside that for today, we are through. See you again next episode and next edition. Watch out. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye. I know. Thanks. Bye.